Welcome to the DegenCast. I'm your host, Meow Meow, and today with me are Defi Degen. What's up? And Ian.
What's up?
Yeah, and before we start, smash that subscribe or follow button depending on where you're listening us. And today's podcast is brought to you by Xpan, the highest paid fixed API and DeFi. Hey, lots. Log. How's it going? Oh, it's been amazing, and we are not dead yet. I mean, the CERN, did it explode or something?
I mean, do we really know? Like I said, I mean, there are actually, this is the funniest thing, man. There are people that believe that once, the Ian, you're going to have to tell me what that thing's called again.
Large Hadron Collider.
Thank you. Once that thing started,
LHC.
Yes. Once that thing started doing its thing, that we have already entered the alternate universe. In fact, I was seeing it was actually in the context of an article about, just how things have just been crazy, from, again, I don't want to get too political, but it's imagine you're just this middle of the road, consider yourself pretty liberal type of person. You kind of, just because of the way that media works and, social media, especially, and those kind of people think that things are pretty crazy right now in the world. Right. And, there's just been a series of things that have occurred, over time that they probably have been, kind of, God, I'm getting too into it. But the point is that there's certain types of people in this society that think that things have been crazy for the last, 6 to 8 years. Right. And so there's a certain group of people. I mean, there's a movement kind of that thinks that when that thing started up, we entered this alternate universe, it worked, but no one knows.
Let me ask you this. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different theories. I don't know, probably more than we can even count. But what if there's not just one alternate universe? What if there's a bunch, a multiverses, a bunch?
I mean, isn't there don't most string theory and alternate universe theories include a whole slew of them? And to kind of go back to what I was talking about, it's the comedy part of it is the article I read that was talking about that was actually we entered the alternate universe where Trump would be elected or something. It was just something like that, and it was just comical to me. But I was wow, so there probably are people that believe this, and so I started Googling it, and there are it's actually a thing. There's a lot of different people out there that believe that we have entered an alternate universe once this thing started.
My wife asked me the other day.
Hold on. Can I just ask one question? If we all enter the alternate universe, how does it make it alternate then?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think that the idea is that you've jumped, what would be maybe a timelines. I don't know the right word to describe that from if there's truly
Ian,
infinite universes you've swapped.
Ian, we're the same age. What was that show?
Which one?
Quantum Leap.
Oh, Quantum Leap. Yeah. Okay.
Quantum Leap. So we quantum leap like that.
I heard an interesting question. If you had a big, a pole that was 1 light year in length, okay, and if you pushed on one end of the pole, is let's say it's 1.5 light years in length, okay, and you pushed on one end of the pole, will the other end move instantaneously, therefore move faster than the speed of light? And I didn't understand all of it. It was a pretty neat idea, kind of related.
Yeah,
it made no sense. Sounded neat though.
No, it's actually makes absolute sense, and the reason is because it's all relative. We're coming back to the relativity theory.
Well, I mean, put that in context of Earth then, right? So instead of thinking of a pole, imagine that you could fly around the Earth at
the opposite direction in reverse
of time. No, let's just say, right, like if you do that, like I mean, like if you can go faster than the speed of light against our time zones on Earth, what happens?
Well, I think the prevailing thought by theorists who believe that time
You
travel is
actually
possible.
Wait. What, Ian? Wait. Go on. Yeah.
I was
wanna
going to
hear
say, I think the prevailing thought by the theorists who think time travel is possible, and there's a 50% chance I've got this backwards, but is that it is, but only backwards in time, no, forwards in time.
Yeah,
One of those
forward.
two.
That's what. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, I always figured it, like, right, like, what happens when you like break the sound barrier?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild.
No. When you break the sound barrier, right? What happens? What do we know?
Yeah.
What's that called? A sonic boom.
Sonic boom, right?
So what happens
Well,
when you break the light barrier?
I don't think we know because they say it requires.
Well, I don't think I want to
amount of
be
energy.
in the thing that breaks the
Yeah.
light barrier. Because okay, you see what I'm saying? Because probably some massive explosion and you die.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say you something. Okay, first of all, you cannot travel faster than light on the ground. You basically cannot. It's impossible because it's
Requires
you basically
infinite
have
energy.
It requires an infinite energy because if you take a grab, it basically never touches the
No,
axle.
Meow, you're absolutely right. But the point is that
But
we're looking at it from a perspective of
you
no, we're looking
This-
at this from a perspective of a lot of things have been impossible in the past that are now possible. So, like, it's of course impossible,
no.
but maybe
Just-
you know,
hold on.
technology, blah blah blah.
Hold up. Stop. What I'm telling you is fundamental laws of physics.
I
These are
understand.
fundamental laws of
I
physics.
understand, but the fundamental laws of physics change over time.
No, you cannot change that. But relativity theory allows you to travel faster than light. Relativity theory allows you to travel faster
Right.
than light.
Yeah.
The reason is, if we take, for example, a wormhole, so you can, this classical experiment of taking the paper, folding it in and
Yeah.
grabbing a pencil, making a hole, and basically you connect the time and space fabric. And yeah. So thing is, if you move from point A to point B on the according to the basically the time and travel fabric, right?
Yeah.
You will travel faster than light.
Right.
You will travel faster than light. But to you, from your perspective, you will move with a constant speed of like 5 to 10 meters per second.
Well, so
Starting
Stephen Hawking,
Relative.
So Stephen Hawking believed that as you get closer to the speed of light, you will actually time will slow down, and so you will never ever be able to hit the.
Well, that's the
epic
theory of relativity, right?
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
But here's the thing. So, but we know, like, this is all of this, every aspect of this is theoretical. Like, it's all, like, who knows, right? Like, we don't know.
Yeah, ever.
But though, like, there was something you said, and now I forgot where I was going with it. But I agree with you. I mean, that's like absolutely right. But God damn it, I can't even remember what the point.
Well, we were talking about that pole, right? The idea of a pole. If you could push a pole that was 1.5 light years in length, and the minute you push it, the second you push it,
right,
move it immediately too.
Oh, but
Right.
no, one second. Can I ask one more follow-up question?
Yeah.
Do we count the specific impulse you give to that pole?
What do you mean?
Because if you move something, you need to transfer energy, and this energy is transferred to all molecular grid you have in that pole.
I guess that's part of the question, right? Could you even do it? Would it require infinite energy to move it? I mean, I don't know.
Exactly.
In my concept, where you're going around the Earth, it's like, the reason I brought up a sonic boom is like, when you break the sound barrier, it's a large audio explosion, basically, right?
for others outside, but
right,
in a plane, you hear nothing.
right. But if there's a light barrier, it's gonna
Isn't
be
that the concept of a warp drive and like a wormhole and like all of that? I think that's
yeah.
like in
I mean, that's
sci-fi
basically
movies.
where we're at. Yeah, yeah. We somehow that's where we got with today's episode.
And an interesting thing on this is my wife asked me the other day, she goes, "This is really neat. Go like think about this." But and it was about LHC. Did in 2012, and I forget the year they originally fired it up, so I'm going to say 2012. And we're going to pretend I'm right. In 2012, when they originally fired it up and tested it, or ran it for the first time, or whatever you want to call it, did that trigger the Mandela effect? And the Mandela effect is that you have false memories of stuff, and it's groups of people have false memories of stuff.
Yeah.
So the example she gave me is like, as a kid, I used to watch this cartoon all the time, and I loved it, and I can't find anything about it at all.
Okay.
Is that
So-
what happened?
Here's the thing, man. The Mandela effect is a weird thing for me because I actually subscribe to the Mandela effect subreddit. And like it has blown me away because I have never yet found a Mandela effect thing that I relate to.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I remember, like, I know, like,
I can give
none
you
of the things that anybody has ever posted about, like, I knew the Berenstain Bears had a weird spelling. It wasn't the normal Berenstein. Like, it's not Berenstein. It's like Berenstain or whatever, right? Like, that was never weird to me. Like, I don't know why people have these weird things and they thought Nelson Mandela died way before he did. And like, that's weird. Like, I think they're just thinking of different shit and connecting it and trying to be like, oh, yeah, you're probably right. I remember that. Like, it's like a weird, like, mass formation psychosis thing, dude.
it's confirmation bias. It's confirmation bias.
Yeah,
Oh,
confirmation bias.
Yeah.
Actually, the Mandela effect is a big problem in jurisdictional system. So when you start to question a witness, the way how you question could adjust its memory, so you can get both memories.
No, dude, I mean, I've known FBI agents like that. I've been friends, like actually Ian and me, like we knew the same FBI agent for a while, and I've
periodically.
I'm not gonna question.
yeah, no, but wait, like I've been told things that are like witness, like witness recollection is the actual worst evidence you could ever possibly have. Because it's always wrong. Like people will see a purple car and think that it's maroon.
Yeah.
It's just terrible evidence. Terrible evidence. People do not recall things properly ever.
That's the thing. Yes. That's what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. And that's why people are like, oh yeah, Mandela effect. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I thought Berenstein was spelled that way. But it's really not a thing.
But this is the perfect example of that Mandela effect.
Stupidity?
No, it's not stupidity. It's just human brain doesn't work like it should.
Well, it's certainly confirmation bias for sure.
Absolutely.
We sit and talk about this enough. We're going to all agree that, that one cartoon I watched as a kid.
Like my mom was a fucking weirdo like me. And she used to tell me about what was that shit? Like she would tell me like, and this is when I was a kid, like she would fuck with me, right? And she'd be like, you can go into school tomorrow. Like I was in like 4th grade. She's like, you can go into school tomorrow and be like, oh, who farted? And every other kid in the class would be like, oh, nasty, that stinks.
Yeah.
But really no one did.
Nothing happened.
Right.
They just don't want it to be seen as them that did it. The one that so they're gonna blame everybody else.
My mom, like my mom would tell me that shit and be like she was like, it was like suggestive. I forgot what she used to call it, but it was like she was clearly telling me like people can be manipulated very easily.
Well, yeah, it's like asking leading questions, right? You can ask leading questions to get people to say the things that you want them to say. And in a previous episode, we talked about running a business, right? So much of running a business is knowing how to ask the questions or say things in the right way to get people on board with whatever you need them to do. That's all leadership. It's the same thing. little bit different spin on it, but
I mean, yeah, manipulation, leadership, same thing, right? I mean,
is it? It's, you're just manipulating people for hopefully a common goal that's good for everyone.
yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, but it's a weird thing. I mean, it's just weird how, I mean, I think that's kind of a psychology thing, right? Like, I mean, like, these things exhibited in this context, in this scenario are good leadership. Because you can be a good boss, like, or I mean, maybe even a bad boss. Like maybe you're Jeff Bezos or maybe you're Jim Jones.
Oh,
well, yeah, but I don't particularly. Jeff Bezos did some really, really amazing stuff, and a lot of what he did is the basis for a lot of at least a lot of my style for some of the things I do today too. But a lot of people hate him. Do I mean it's wild.
I remember people because I'm in the Seattle area. I remember people that I know like applying at Amazon, being like, "Dude, every desk in this place is a repurposed door."
Yeah, like it's like in a little a shop basically.
Yeah.
It's a metal building somewhere.
No, but I mean like everybody's desk, like they're like repurposed doors and like just like nothing is like he's not buying and furniture for people's offices. It's all like repurposed.
He was really, really in his industry with what he did, how he developed Amazon.com and his vision of services for things. He was a true visionary, but he's up there with Steve Jobs in terms of pure visionary. He's wonderful.
Absolutely. I mean,
and I don't even know that anybody's alive that's close. Elon Musk is great and a visionary, but man, I just don't know that it's close to Jeff Bezos.
Well, remember the people, like I think Elon has his sights set higher and he'll get there. But remember when people were like, "Oh, who's going to buy their books off the internet?"
Yeah. No, right.
I mean, it was considered a bad venture capital investment for several years.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, they didn't make money until AWS came around. Yeah. AWS is what made them their money, Amazon Web Services. And that's what started making the whole thing profitable.
Well, it also, I mean, yeah, that's AWS that's profitable, but their expansion into everything.
Other stuff, sure. Yeah. I mean, they were able to expand into everything because of AWS, though. It's very likely.
Yeah, correctly, because
but how does that? Okay, so, but the reason I brought up Jeff Bezos, though, sorry, man, I gotta say, the reason I brought up Jeff Bezos is because he owns Washington Post, and he has come out, which Washington Post has largely been considered, a mouthpiece for, U.S. democratic politics, and
I would say it has a bias. I wouldn't go as far to say as a outright mouth.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. But Jeff Bezos came out today and criticized Biden's statement about gas.
Yeah, he's probably not wrong either.
So, but what does that mean? Like, is this like marriage? Like, is this like relationship? Like, do they need to go to like marriage counseling?
Well, you can certainly criticize people, even if you agree with them in a large part. I mean, we can criticize each other, but we're going to agree on other things. I don't know.
No, I mean, Washington Post and the DNC.
Well, he said it, not the Washington Post. So that's a key distinction to make.
He's the owner.
It's same thing.
Yeah, no, it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Come on.
Well, he's the owner. He owns the Washington Post. So
yeah, but it's not the same thing.
Okay, fair. But I mean, is he signaling? Is he signaling like maybe we won't cover your ass anymore?
Oh, probably not. I wonder what he is saying. I mean, maybe he's just making a comment. I make comments all the time when I shouldn't. So
okay, all right, so we need to hear from Meow, from the Russian. Yeah, like because Meow knows more about propaganda than we probably will ever know. So I want to hear Meow's take on it.
It's not just about propaganda. It's actually the way how you introduce a new politician to the public.
Yeah, I mean, is that his angle? Is he considering a run for some office? I would.
From Democratic Party. Okay, here's the thing. If Jeff Bezos,
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
For president from Democratic Party, that would be actually the saver of Democratic Party right now.
I don't know.
Oh, that
I don't think they would take a risk like that.
Is he too capitalistic for the Democratic Party as it stands today?
Is what?
I mean, is he too
capitalistic? Is he too capitalistic?
I'm sure. I'm sure because I look at like the unionizing and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, right.
But here's the thing: maybe he wants to take Democratic Party back to the roots because, and I'm again gonna say it again, I'm not American, but damn, I understand history for fuck's sake, right? I believe Democratic and Republicans switch sides a little bit, right? Don't you think so?
Oh, it's definitely changed over time. 150.
The Democratic Party at one point was the party of slavery, and
oh yeah,
I mean, exactly. Abraham Lincoln and the Republican Party are the part. I mean, come on, yeah, but I don't believe I don't know. The thing is, both parties claim that there's a certain switch at a certain time, and they're both different, but it's not so much a switch. I don't think anybody's switched. I think it just you develop new policies and you develop new focuses but it's like there was never a time when I don't know,
sir. Let me correct your dictionary. Let me correct the dictionary. It's not switch. It's trans party.
But do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, it's not that Democrats and Republicans switched. It's that the old Democrats
parties evolve.
You're right. They both evolved. And like the old Democrats that love slavery might have had certain things in common with Republicans that love something else. But that doesn't connect the two concepts.
You actually can justify it like that. Like, take, for example, Trump, right? He was switching party from Democratic to Republican all the time.
Well, no, but there's a New York Democrat is almost a Republican. I mean, in a lot of ways.
That's what I'm saying. But if you think about it, right? What is people who are not agreeing with the current way the party goes just switch parties?
I mean, I think
it happens all the time.
I think people grow. People change. People adapt different values. And like, that's an actual human thing. Like, it's not, you really probably shouldn't maintain the same values and the same ethics your entire life.
Well, but in the end, you start to eat ice cream and fall from the ladders and bicycles.
Yeah, but
and then this one more. So on Jeff Bezos and his potential run for president, if that's even something he'd want to do. But how would it bring people like Bernie Sanders and AOC? How would they align with that?
Yeah.
Well, it would be a difficult alignment because
no, actually, dude, Ian, that's an easy alignment. He agrees. He agrees
to unionize everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he can. That might be an answer.
That'd be a big sellout on his point, but that would work.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. What if he can act like a true libertarian and take the best of two worlds?
He's not a libertarian.
Well, there's no libertarian approach to that.
But I'm no,
and no libertarian will ever win any presidency in the United States ever.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess the libertarian approach would be yes, you can unionize.
We don't care. It's approach. Yeah, exactly. It's just approach. Take the best of two worlds and don't give a fuck.
But also, he's not the only shareholder of Amazon too, so it's not an easy.
Yeah, it's not even
easy.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. if we want to talk about Jeff Bezos going run for the presidency, we should take a look at the shareholders and the board of directors of Amazon and find the people who can benefit from him being the president.
Well, wait a minute though.
Well, the shareholders. I mean, DJ, you and I are both probably shareholders of Amazon. So
No.
I'm sure.
But if you were like this,
the major, we're not talking about the public retail investors. We're talking about like the big corporations, basically the big people.
here's the thing. This is like this is like political fucking masturbation, because everybody's like, oh, what if Elon Musk ran for president? Oh, what if Jeff Bezos ran for? These people are billionaires. Why the fuck would they ever run for president in the United States?
That's a good question.
The reason is because there is something. Okay, there is something which is more valuable than money. The power.
Yeah, but you can buy the power with that
power. You have more power. Jeff Bezos has more power than the president of the United States of America. Bottom line.
Hey, come on. We never would understand billionaires, We're not billionaires. We wouldn't understand them. Maybe they have so much money, they just don't know what to do. And
the president doesn't have a lot of fucking power. Like, I don't know why people think
that's another good point. That's a good point too. Again, saying, hey, like the mayor, go to the mayor of your town to do something. Well, the mayor is just a representative. They're just like any other city council.
Yeah, the city council has the fucking power.
Yeah, they're just like one member of city council.
Right, and in U.S. government terms, it's Congress that has the fucking power.
Should I remind you
Supreme Court recently made that very clear, by the way.
Sir, should I fucking remind you that most of my life I live in the country with the one guy in charge?
I mean, that's okay, but the point still stands that
Yeah, you're right. But I'm biased. Okay, I'm biased on that part. Maybe I'm wrong and I accept it, but I really just need to clarify it. I'm biased on that.
Well, but maybe you're interpreting it the same way. Like, how do you really know that guy has all that power?
Well, we do know this. Here's what we know. It's that in a different multiverse, you are arguing the same thing that we're arguing, and vice versa.
Right.
I know that.
No, that's the whole thing. I mean, and Meow and me, like, we have this, I think it was him that told me, like, it was like, there's like a Russian saying, right? That we have the same amount of propaganda. It's just that Russians know that it's propaganda and Americans don't.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, when I see something what Jeff Bezos did, right? To me, it's just like, okay, they're introducing a new politician. That's how I see it immediately. Because when
it does sound that way, yeah.
Because when Medvedev was quote unquote elected, because there are no elections in Russia, right? They introduced him on the TV and started, because no one fucking knew about him. Like, he was zero, absolute zero, right? How an absolute zero can become the president? You just start to brainwash people with him. You introduce him, you show him everywhere, you show how amazing he is, you show him.
Wait, who are you talking about now?
Dmitry Medvedev.
Okay.
That was like a.
It's funny because I thought you were talking about Obama.
See? Well, you're just proving that point. You're just proving that point.
To come full circle on this one, I just think Jeff Bezos was making just saying something. I don't think he's going to run for president. I don't know. I think the general people. I don't know that people are. I don't really know how the general public feels about Trump. I guess I've never really paid attention to see how they felt about that. I really don't know. I mean, I know what I hear, but I don't really know how people feel. I just not the topic. I just go ask people, but I just don't know. I definitely don't know if there's an appetite for another billionaire to come along and run. But now at the same time, from an economic perspective, people may be willing to tolerate it. That may be what opens the door for him.
You might be right.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Trump was Republican billionaire and Jeff Bezos is Democratic billionaire. So he's like the more correct way of billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's right. That's true.
So I don't see any fucking problems with billionaires getting elected. I actually want billionaires to get fucking elected, to be honest.
They certainly know how to run a business. I mean, people.
Exactly. Exactly.
The governance is certainly not a business too. So
You know who also knows how to run a business? Who's that?
who's that?
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I mean, FTX is definitely seems to be, at least putting themselves out there as potential bailouts for these crypto companies that are experiencing financial problems right now. And I mean, why wouldn't you, right? I mean, what's the saying? Like, buy when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own. I mean,
Exactly.
this is the time to acquire assets. I mean,
I just wonder though.
The pure power.
I guess the general news report.
wait.
Hold on. Let me finish. The more diversified your portfolio, the more stable you are. So he's basically going outside of the reach of just being an exchange and becoming a crypto mega company which provides mega services, just like Amazon do with AWS.
Oh,
I do think it's kind of funny to say the more diversified a crypto company is, the better. So it's just the nuts and bolts of that are that they're all a crypto company. There's not a lot of diversifications going on right now. They're all in a space.
Yeah, but speak about assets, yes. But if you speak about technologists, no.
Yeah, so
you're having everything. You're having everything. So let me finish.
Well, you guys are both right on this one because let's be honest, if you don't diversify right now, you're not going to survive. But no, but Ian, yeah.
What they should have done is diversify a while ago. That was probably.
Look, that's kind of what FTX has been doing. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the news.
Let's go ahead, Ian. Wait. Hold on, Ian. Go Ian.
Come on.
I was just going to say the news report, or at least the general, I guess the little blip of information I saw was that he's looking to buy or acquire a handful of crypto miners, a bunch of them.
Yeah. And just crypto miners.
And
go ahead, man.
Helping out Celsius, I believe.
What's that?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Or like, I believe can someone check me?
Oh, BlockFi.
Oh, BlockFi. I'm sorry. BlockFi. Exactly. So listen, you have what you have. You have miners, you have financial services, loaning, it's right. You have exchange, etc. You have all the package what the financial mega corporation needs. No matter is it crypto or is it a TradFi.
I mean, he's certainly vertically, going to have vertical integration route. But I guess I wonder is what's the purpose of? I just think that buying a bunch of proof of work equipment now is
Bitcoin's not getting off of proof of work.
Yeah, but it's going to have to eventually. I mean, I know
that's a big fight, man. That's a big fight. You're picking fights here.
No, it's a big fight. And anybody that would disagree with me would be wrong. Tell me why proof of work is better than proof of stake.
Okay.
And it needs to be.
I'm not saying it is better. I'm just saying I don't think you'll ever get
you may not get a consensus.
You won't get a consensus to move Bitcoin off of proof of work.
Or 1 second.
Okay, Meow. Yeah.
Let me say one thing. The whole proof of work industry generated more. Basically, they have more efficiency than the TradFi. Basically, they consume less energy than the whole TradFi. So who the fuck telling me? I mean, I want to see the fucking green asshole who think that he's smarter than us. Fuck you. So he's saying that this is bad for ecology. Fuck you. This is better for ecology. Your fucking banks are thinking very fucking
about
that more energy than
so to say that it's better.
Okay. Regardless of the energy issue, like personally, in my opinion, and I can't speak for anybody else, but it's like I believe proof of stake is a better system, but the bottom line is that I don't think that Bitcoin should ever be taken off of proof of work, because that's Bitcoin is the OG, and that's just how it works. You're never
Well,
going
that's fine. But that's a nostalgic and that's an emotional reason.
right.
But
Yeah.
it's important to understand that. Well, and let me say this real quick. It's important to understand that there is much more efficient consensus mechanisms. They're much more
I agree
efficient.
100%.
And
I don't think you'll ever get a consensus. That's all.
Wait, remember, please, that Bitcoin is called digital gold, and basically you backing up Bitcoin by mining power.
Right.
I mean, I like the statement that says, hey, we live in a time where now you can convert excess energy into currency. I mean, it's a neat sounding sci-fi type statement, but the reality is saying that because Bitcoin is more energy efficient than traditional banking, that's like, why would you ignore the fact that you could still do even better? So that's what I don't like about that.
No, I agree
with you. Like, Bank of America has not upgraded their some of their wire systems since the 80s. Like that's just the way the financial system works, right?
Yeah.
And so, but there's a reason for that too, because number one, the cost is super expensive, but number two, like it might fuck with your efficiency. Like if you're efficient on an acceptable level, and I don't like that Bitcoin confirmations take a million years. Honestly, I'll be honest, I haven't used Bitcoin in over a year.
That's another thing we could argue about too, is there's zero good reason to not increase the block size or not increase confirmation time. There's no good reason to do it.
Wait,
and if anybody disagrees, they're wrong. So I'll just throw that out there. So
I agree with you. I agree with that on that part. But come on, let's be honest. Do you pay in stores with fucking gold coins?
No, but so that's a different argument. I mean, that's a different thing.
It's not different thing, because you have Bitcoin domination, right? And every single altcoin or out token or whatever it is, right? They aim at the Bitcoin price.
Yeah,
therefore,
sure.
They're packed to the digital gold. Therefore, like every single economy, this is a healthy system. Don't fucking touch it.
Yeah, so it's a settlement layer. I think, DJ, you and I have talked about that before. I think it's pretty useful as a settlement layer, not real-time transactions. And if that's the way they want to go, then that's fine. But still, there's an opportunity they should probably consider changing off the proof of work.
Okay,
go to a more efficient consensus mechanism. But, block limits were designed 12 years ago. 12 years ago, when I had a terabyte hard drive in my home computer that I paid like $180 for or whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's everything. It just needs to evolve, right? Everything's evolving. It makes no sense why it hasn't, but people dig their heels in and they're convinced that this is the right way and this is the way we're going to do it, and nobody's going to change their mind on it. It's frustrating.
Well, and you have, I mean, let's be honest, we have BCH and BSV or whatever. I mean, people can create their own idea of what they think Bitcoin should be, and that's how we got to the whole altcoin world and DeFi.
It's certainly fueling all of that, isn't it?
Yeah, but
like Dogecoin, for example, the neat thing, or Dogecoin or Coinye, right? The neat thing about those was the confirmations were instant, and it was really kind of a joke, but it proved the point that there's no reason that you can't do it.
Well, I mean, but there are reasons.
No,
I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree with you in principle. The problem is that there's reasons to keep it the way it was, and I don't know.
There's just no good reason for the size limit.
Oh, wait, so who are the people that have a vested interest in keeping things antiquated?
Yeah, good question. That's a good topic for the next episode.